Hey, 5 o'clock in the morning, 48 degrees. Okay, that's enough. Hey, Soul Food family, how are you? I hope and pray that this message has found you amazing, wonderful, safe, healthy, happy, vibrant. Yeah, that's my wish for you and for anyone who's listening to this. It is actually 5 o'clock in the morning, and it is actually 48 degrees outside. I was doing what I always do, which is taking the morning to spend time with God. And I was writing in my journal, and this phrase that I absolutely love, that I attached myself to 5 years ago, came to me. And oftentimes, when nudges come to me, it means something. It doesn't mean that, oh, like this thought came to my mind. No, it means that I am being asked to do something. And so I put my pen down, I put my notebook down, and I turned off my light, my reading light, I'm sorry. And I'm speaking to you right now. And so I asked the Holy Spirit and my entire spirit team to kind of take over this time. So I'm asking you if you would give me a couple of minutes. I just want to share something with you. So the phrase that came to mind is, it feels good to feel good. It feels good to feel good. One more time. It feels good to feel good. Those few words are so powerful. But they're only powerful if you are keenly aware of what that means, and keenly aware of what that means to you. I will share with you what it meant to me. I went to a Gabby Bernstein event in August of 2019. I was moving into a new phase of my healing, but also a new phase of my spiritual journey. And while I was there for that weekend, it was a wonderful weekend. I spent time with my brother. I saw friends, but the majority of the time I was with these Gabby Bernstein followers participating in two events over the weekend. Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday, I believe. Or Friday and Saturday. I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And when she said those words, they stuck with me so much so that I'm creating this message this morning. I didn't feel good. I mean, you might have looked at me and maybe thought that I felt good, or thought that I was happy, or thought that I was, mentally, I don't even want to say the word mentally stable, but you know what I mean. To look at someone, you really don't know what it is that they've been through, what they're going through, or what they're moving through. I think we can all agree on that. So anyway, I heard these words over the weekend and they stuck with me. I repeat them often, and I have conversations with clients and with friends and even with strangers about this very statement. It is so powerful because it feels good to feel good. Is very, very true. But you have to know within yourself that you don't feel good, that you're not happy, that you're seeking something, but you're not really sure how to find it. But your goal is to feel good, truly, authentically feel good. And so I think that statement popped up in my mind today Because I do. Because I do. And all of the other times that I've said it, I didn't, but I wanted to. So that was my goal. And I firmly believe that God was just simply telling me, you made it. You're here. It does feel good to feel good. And I cannot tell you how happy and absolutely grateful I am that I do. And I believe that many of you can understand what I mean by that, because you might not feel good. But one thing I will tell you is that you will. You will get to this day. This day will come for you as well. All you have to do is do the work. Obviously, I heard that in 2019. We're in 2024. So if you do the work, if you build a relationship with God, if you develop like your own personal self-awareness, you will feel good too. I have the biggest smile on my face because to me, that is a huge accomplishment and a huge goal. Because when I heard that statement, that is the only thing that I was concentrated on this whole entire time, to feel good. And I'll give you some examples of not feeling good. For years upon years upon years, I have woken up and sometimes gone to bed not feeling good, worried, stressed, confused sometimes. Just all the things, right? All the wrong things. But seriously, all the things. I have gone to bed and woken up not feeling good. And the day that I woke up and felt good, the first thing that came out of my mouth was thank you. Simply and completely. Thank you, God, that I'm not stressed out this morning, that I don't feel depressed this morning, that I don't feel out of sorts this morning. Thank you. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for moving through all of this trauma with me. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you. And so I'm leaving this message this morning. I'm sharing my intimate thoughts with you because it's so very, very, very necessary for someone else, maybe not you, but maybe someone else, to hear this. There is hope. There is possibility. It's available to you. All you have to do is take action. And I'm just going to give you something that I did for years. It was almost obsessively because it made me feel better. It didn't make me feel good, but it definitely made me feel better to get up and go on throughout my day. And that simply was making a commitment to getting up at 5 a.m. or 4:30 or 4:45 and going into my sacred space, praying, meditating, journaling, prayer, meditation, journaling, praise and worship, and affirmations daily, 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 daily. And I think the practice is important, but I think what happens over time is that your belief, your conviction, your faith in God grows. Because I won't say that on the first day you feel this astronomical feeling. It really is about your commitment and what your goal is with God. And so consistency is important because you're showing him that this is what you're seeking. This is what you want. Or you may be speaking it however it is that you do it. Because I think everyone's relationship is different. I also feel like everyone can create their own morning routine or intimacy with God, whatever it is that you want to call it. But you have to create something, which is why I just gave you my blueprint. And you have to be consistent with it. Because what happens is that you start to see God as your all. You start to see God as your confidant. You start to see God as your boy, your girl. Like, hey, I had a great day today. Thank you. Hey, I was talking to my daughter and she said this, that, and the other. Can you help me with that? Can I pray for her? And can you do what's in your power to turn this situation around? If it isn't within your will, I always end it with that. Hey, I got a great phone call today. Hey, I received something that was unexpected. Thank you so much. You know how you talk to maybe your best friend, maybe you talk to your mom, maybe you talk to, your coworker or whatever. Not that you don't need them, because we all need people in our lives, but all of those conversations, especially those intimate ones, or even things that you don't talk to people about and that you keep inside, which I have my hand raised because I did that for years, right? You keep all of your feelings inside. You don't have to anymore. Not if you're building a relationship with God, because whatever it is that you're going through, you can tell him. And just like I'm talking to you, you can talk to him. All of the things that you think that you need to do is unnecessary. Throw that out the window and create your own personal relationship with God. It is not anyone else's business. It is your relationship with him, however you want to talk to him. Whether you're using ebonics, whether you're speaking quote unquote proper, whether you're speaking a totally different language, none of that matters. None of it. Speak to him like you would speak to anyone else. And he will respond, because what he will be is joyous that you're even speaking to him. Joyous that you're even interested in seeking a relationship with him. Joyous that he has your attention and that he can help you maneuver through all the minutia of your life. So y'all can be boys, or so he can be your best friend. Does that make sense? Please tell me it makes sense. Flush out all the noise. All the noise that you have to do it this way, that you have to do it that way, that you have to do it the other way. Flush it out. Don't listen to it. And if you have any questions about it, take those questions to you can speak them out loud, but I would take them to your journal. Write it out. Ask him questions, and he will answer you. I promise you. I promise you. So I just wanted to leave this message because I really believe that this phrase did not come to my mind. And I'm sorry, as soon as I put pen to paper, I don't think that it came to my mind for nothing. I think this message is important and that you need to hear this, that you need to hear it. And so if you too want to feel good, because you feel bad, because you feel depressed, because you feel confused, because you're not sure of what is going on. There's so much taking place. You don't have faith, you don't have conviction, whatever that may be. Or if you just simply need to speak to someone who loves you unconditionally, unconditionally, no matter what you've done, no matter what you've said, no matter who you are or who you think you are. I mean, isn't that incredible? Where man will judge you, man will talk about you, man will persecute you, but God won't. He simply won't. He wants you to come to him. He wants to help you. He wants to be there for you. He wants to guide you. He wants to teach you. He wants to show you the things that you need to eliminate from your life, the things that you need to heal from. Everything takes place in this relationship, this personal relationship with God. Everything. Everything and anything that you want, so that you too can get to a place where it feels good. To feel good means something positive for you, means something comforting to you, means that you have gone through whatever it is you personally need to go through with your higher power of your own understanding. And now you get to move through life feeling good. Feeling good. Your mindset is different. How you move in this world is different. The decisions that you make are different. Everything is different because you took the time to seek that feeling, which would be feeling good, right? I literally was just shocked and taken back when she stood on that stage and she said, "It feels good to feel good." And she too had her own personal story. Gabby had her own personal story about that statement. I have been talking about that statement for 5 years. And this very morning, that message, that nudge was spoken in my ear. And I dropped everything to leave this message. There is always hope. There is happiness in this world. There is joy. There is peace. There is. But you, and you must seek it out for yourself. Not for anyone else, but for yourself. I have been in isolation for a while. And I came outside a week ago and spent time with people, friends, associates, things of that nature. And just to observe how, give me a minute so I can find the words. And just to observe how unhappy people are, how depressed people are, how the mindset of some people that I love, care about, really is, it's not beneficial to them personally. And it's not doing anything for them personally. And then to, watch television or things of that nature. The election is taking place right now. And just all the hate, all the negativity, all the fighting. And yeah, honestly, it was a little overwhelming. Not that I was in la la land, but when you're isolated, right? So you're in your own world. You're doing what it is that you need to do for your own personal sanity or healing or whatever it is, right? For me, it was healing. It was sanity. It was all of those things. And I actually absolutely loved being in isolation, to be honest. Not in the beginning, because I definitely did not understand it. I didn't know what it meant to just concentrate on me. Because for my whole entire life, I've concentrated on others. So there were definitely levels and ebbs and flows and just time that needed to be taken for myself selfishly. So coming outside was nice. It was cool. But it also was like a huge realization, like, wow, a lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are in need of help. Maybe they don't even know themselves. A lot of people do need to shift their mindset and how they carry themselves or their thoughts or what it is that they do. But that's not for me, right? That's for them to realize on their own. All I can do is do what I'm doing now, which is delivering messages of hope, messages of my own personal experiences, because they're teaching the wisdom that I've discovered over the time of going through these experiences. And actually, it helps me to understand why God wants me to do these things. In the very beginning, when my assignment was kind of sort of given to me, back in 2019, I was so ignorant and like, why? Like, for what? What? I mean, why should I? Why should I share my experiences? Like, for what? Like, who am I? But it's not about who you think you are. It's about who God knows you are, knows what you're capable of, and knows what it is that you have inside of you to contribute to the world. It's not about you, right? It is not about you. It is about what it is that you have. And it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter whether it doesn't matter whether you are a barber, a nail technician, a doctor, a lawyer. You could be a preacher, but you don't have to be. Some of them aren't doing that right? So if you have a personal and an intimate relationship with God, and there's something that He wants you to say to the masses, to your friends, to your mom, to whoever, be obedient and do what He's asking you to do. I spent a lot of time not being obedient because I really did not understand. But what I had to realize is that it's not about me. It is really about what God is asking me to do. And it's not about my understanding. It's just about my doing. And I will understand later. So I am going to really leave you with this message. It feels good to feel good. I will ask you to do a couple of things. Say this statement a couple of times and see how you feel on the inside. It feels good to feel good. It feels good to feel good. It feels good to feel good. Like, how does that feel on the inside? How does it feel to even say it? Is it uncomfortable? Do you not even really want to say it because you're just like, have wrinkles in your forehead? Like, why am I saying this? What is this about? If so, examine that. Examine that. Take some time and it doesn't have to be all the things that I listed. It would be helpful, very helpful, but it could just simply be that when you get up in the morning, you recite Psalm 23. After you recite Psalm 23, you take 5 deep breaths. 5 deep breaths. Let me demonstrate. 1 deep breath. Breathe in through your nose. Hold. Breathe out through your mouth. Do that 5 times. I'm not going to repeat the 23rd Psalm, but so far we've got 2 things, right? You wake up early, preferably. You say the 23rd Psalm. You take 5 deep breaths. Then you get out your journal. And let's do something really simple. Let's write down 5 things that you're grateful for. And every day the challenge is to write down 5 different things. Not the same things, but 5 different things. Let's move your mind. Let's get you thinking. Let's get that ball rolling, right? So far we have the 23rd Psalm, 5 deep breaths, and we're going to write in our journal 5 things that we are grateful for. So the 4th thing that I would say for you to do is whenever this is, and this is every morning, find one song or a couple of songs, gospel songs, inspirational songs, whatever it is that you want to call it. For me, it was gospel. It was praise and worship. But find a couple of songs that you can listen to every morning that speak to you, that speak to that broken heart, that speaks to that depression, that speaks to that, maybe even, I don't want to say low self-esteem, but you don't think of yourself as you want to see yourself. Something that speaks to your heart. Find one song, find 5 songs, find, however long, make a playlist and listen to it every morning as you are starting your day. Meaning as you're taking your shower, as you're getting dressed, even as you drive to work, because that's when I did my praise and worship a lot of times, was as I was driving to work. That's all I listened to. And actually, sometimes I listened to it throughout the day because my environment was toxic. So if you say the 23rd Psalm, take 5 deep breaths, write 5 things that you're grateful for, and find you a song or more to listen to in the morning as you are starting your day. If you do these 4 things, and you can do more or you can do less, so you can pick or you can actually do all 4. If you do these 4 things, eventually what you will want to do is more. Eventually what you will want to do is you'll want to write in your journal. Actually, I'm going to add a 5th thing. Sorry. The 5th thing is to go to the store, get a composition notebook and a pen that you love to write with. And if I can make a suggestion, I'll add some places in the link in this description to where you can go on Amazon. But if you want to go like the super cheap route and the super easy route as well, that you don't have to wait for something to come from Amazon, is to go to the Dollar Tree. And there are plenty of pens, pencils, even colored pencils, all this other stuff. There's plenty of that in there that you can choose from. My favorite pens are the ink pens that have the INC period pens that have like the little cushion um, at the point where you're laying your finger. They have so many of them. They have some in different colors, ink colors, and then the outside colors. I use them a lot. I mean, I use a lot of other type of pens too, but those sometimes are just really good to just pick up and grab and start writing. So if you go to the Dollar Tree, you get you some pens and you get you a composition notebook. I don't know how much that costs. What is it? It's more than $1 nowadays, but that's 3 things, right? And you take that composition notebook and you turn it into your dump journal. Because remember, it feels good to feel good. In order for us to feel good, we must get all of those negative, depressing, concerning, maybe even scary. And yeah, we need to get those things out. We can't keep them in. And maybe you don't have anyone else to talk to, which is fine because you're gonna talk to God about it. So I want you to create a dump journal, and I literally want you to dump every single worry, concern into that, into the pages of that composition notebook. I don't care if you have to get a couple of notebooks. It is so important to get out your feelings, to feel the feelings, to know that you can trust. This is just between you and God. And you write down everything, every curse word, everything that concerns you, whether it's taking place now or whether it took place when you were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. Get it out. This dump journal is such a blessing. I cannot tell you until you start one of your own. It is such a blessing because for me, a lot of my feelings, emotions, stories, and everything were inside of me. That's probably where my fibroids came from. That's probably why my pressure was so high. Because stress, strain brings on disease. And that's a whole nother story, but I'm just giving you my personal feelings about my own trajectory with my dump journal. I don't have one now, but for a long time I did. And it was necessary because everything that took place in my life, everything that had taken place, all my feelings, emotions, and everything were inside of me. Because after you discover that the people that have been in your life you cannot trust, what do? You just keep it inside. You don't have anyone to talk to. You don't have anyone that you can be fully authentic with. And so, if that is you, you can do it quickly. You can go down the street to the Dollar Tree, or you can do what I did eventually, which is find a notebook with beautiful paper. Maybe even it has like a quote or something on the front of it. And, the Toll pens, I love them to death. There's a couple other pens that I love too, but I'll put that in the description as well. But yeah, find you something that makes you happy when you write in it. Well, not necessarily makes you happy, but I'm a writer. So I love pens. I love notebooks. I love really quality paper. And so if that's you, it's just a suggestion. But there's nothing wrong with getting a composition notebook from Walmart, the Dollar Tree, just a simple place where you can just run in, pick it up, and go on about your business. I just mentioned Dollar Tree because Dollar Tree has pens, notebooks, all of these things or whatever the case may be. So yeah, do that for yourself. as you seek feeling good, right? As you seek feeling good. Those are just my suggestions. It's the beginner level, obviously. There's plenty of things that I can teach you and show you. But yeah, those would be my suggestions. And I wish you peace. I wish you love. I wish you joy. I wish you happiness. I wish and pray that the words that I have spoken to your heart, and that you will make a commitment on this day to start working on you so that you one day can say the same thing about the statement, it feels good to feel good. Thank you so much, Soulful Family, for just simply listening to me. This message has come from the bottom of my heart because I know that there are other people out there just like me that need to hear these very words. Have an absolutely amazing day. And if it's not, it will be. It will be.